It looks like you just slap,
Yep.
slap viola.
Welcome to the season 2 finale of Just Trust Me. We're going to talk a little bit about if this actually season 2, TikTok, Elizabeth. But season 2 finale of Just Trust Me, the marketing podcast that calls out the winning and wily ways of today's marketing. I'm your host, Rachel Moore. I'm always in cahoots with my two fellow marketers and co-host, Elizabeth Allen.
We are, in fact, still on season 16.
That's awesome.
I made it another week.
Celebrate the little wins. And Tanya Ballard-Brown.
Hello, hello, hello.
So we're here as we are preparing for a break between seasons, quarters. But today we're going to talk about some marketing thingies. We're going to talk about just what it's like to be a marketer and probably do some relatable stuff where we talk about what it means and why we know everything and why we know how things are connected and why everyone should pay us more money and why we should be glorified and spoken of in hushed and reverent tones because of all the things we do and the amazing things that we avoid doing and how we just make brands scream out awesome things. We're also going to have a segment called Good Marketing ? Talking about California Pizza Kitchen, which I just caught up on today, but Elizabeth's going to regale us with how that all played out. And then, of course, we're going to go to We Got and share how any of us got in this last week. But first, we're going to talk about the marketing thingy of just being working in marketing. Tanya, you work in journalism. Elizabeth and I work more in kind of digital marketing, but they all very much tie together. But I want to talk about just the fact that we all kind of live in this constant suspended a sense of like we could get anything wrong in any given moment, and everyone's going to notice. And just the inherent stress therein. I wanna kind of touch on that.
I know we've talked about, because this is an issue that you have too, is that so breaking news happens. I know that I am a working journalist. I have never liked breaking news, but I think like am in awe of the people who run toward the thing. I am too angsty. Like I'm too concerned about making an error and getting something wrong and saying the wrong thing and saying
Yeah.
someone is dead when they're not. I get all in my head about that kind of stuff, and other people just run to the news, right? So
Mhm.
that's where I get all like, that's where I'm taking too much time. I am taking too much time reading that story, rereading that story, looking away when I could just publish. Like if I didn't catch it the first time, and then of course it never fails. You publish it and you see a typo or you see like
Yes.
Exactly.
like a thing that you did, and I'm like, just like right with social media, I'm too angsty about that because nothing pains me more than even a typo. It makes me itch.
Well, it's hard when like I always think of there's a guy in a basement somewhere that all he does all day is watch what we publish and wait, and he's ready to pounce.
Yep.
He or she could be anybody, but they are ready to pounce on the first mistake I make because it never fails. Hello, intern. Marketing interns are actually trending a little bit on LinkedIn. Everybody's talking about the awesome social going out since the weekend, and it must be a great intern. Everybody's like, anyway, why does it have to be an intern? And also
And not
interns are great, and be quiet.
paid staffer who with the skills and talent. Because if you think that you can just listen, yes, we all have these accounts, but I'm saying I sit in my chair every day, and there are people who are better at writing headlines and crafting that language, and it could be some stellar intern, but chances are it is someone who has a lot of experience,
Yep.
who has made some of the mistakes we're talking about, so they learn from them.
Yeah, like humans.
Um, right. Yeah, right. There you go. And who has judgment. They're bringing a lot of stuff to the table that someone new to the gig is. Hey, I'm not saying that an intern they might not be doing it, but just the chances of all of these being interns is just slim to none.
I
What you
agree with you.
what? Sorry.
The intern is taking issue with the discussion about the interns. No, and it does cycle. And I know we're spending time talking about this, which I think is pretty pertinent, just because I think we've all been through it in our respective roles. Because it's like, yeah, yes, intern, right? Look at her. She is just like, I
Hello.
hear you and I see you. Mama, who are these people? I wish my cat was in the video right now. I wonder if she'd be like, what is that? What's going on? My intern is he's checked out. He has gone. He's basically said, fuck you. I'm not doing any work for you unless you feed me. But yeah, I think the intern discussion is super annoying just because it very much devalues all that goes into marketing, as we just talked about. You really have to be a project manager. You have to be a marketing operations expert because of how everything's connected. Just knowing how all those things work. Be a copywriter, be a copy editor, be a community management person, because then people are going to come in and roll it. I saw a typo on that. Don't you care about anything? And you're like, yes, thank you so much. We're so glad you're watching our stories and watching our stuff. And thank you for pointing it out. We'll make a correction right away. But Tanya, to your point, email's the scariest thing to me. I feel like because any of us can go publish something on social and we could go update it, right? The visuals are a little bit more problematic, but the copy, the caption, we can go update it. But once an email goes out, it's gone. It's in the inbox. There's no changing it. All you can do is send out a correction. Like, it's gone. So I get hives. Elizabeth, I don't know how you feel about it too. I always got hives about emails.
I feel the exact same way. And you get to the point where there's some mistakes in the email that you're like, you know what? I'm not even going to send a correction. I'm just going to let it roll because it's going to look worse doing the correction than, like, for example, like, doing emails about webinars and you say Thursday, January 6th, and actually Friday is January 6th.
Yes.
And you're like, somebody will figure, I know once they will click on the link and go to sign up, that's when they'll see it. Like, you get to the point where you're like, it would be so much more embarrassing to have to send a correction for that than just being like, I hope you notice it when you sign up, and it will go on your calendar. So you know what? There were a couple stop gaps there, but that is the worst feeling. The worst.
Recently, I made an error in an alert, and I couldn't decide, do I re-alert or just leave it be? I ended up just deciding to leave it be. But it was basically, we had refreshed these stories from the midterm elections about the Hatch Act. So the teaser was like, here's what you need to know before the midterm elections.
Yeah.
And I didn't even see it because I had fixed so many other things. Like, me and the new reporter who was refreshing the stories had like fixed so many other things in it. And we had actually fixed other stuff in the deck just midterm, just somehow. And so I sent the alert, and it was maybe 30 minutes later, I saw this story on the homepage, and I actually saw it, like, and I was like, oh, I said, that's wrong. And I was like, oh, that means it's wrong in the alert. And I was like, do I resend? Do I not resend? What do I do? And I just opted not to, because like you, I'm like, they know.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do that calculus, and sometimes it just makes more sense to let it roll.
They know, because
fully
if you
agree
go
with
to the page, it says updated in July
that. No, it's not the midterms. I
2024.
feel like we're all on the same page here. Yeah.
I felt like
I
that
hate
cold
that.
sweat that washes over you.
Yeah.
Like,
All right, y'all, I did this the other day. I caught myself right away. And I feel like, have you ever seen the Hulk and anything else where it's like, 0 days since last incident? That's how I feel about this. So I now have 2 days since last incident. So I have multiple windows open. And I try to even do different screens. Like, my screen here straight in front of me, that's my work stuff. That's my social. Screen left over here is for client stuff.
Yep.
So I happen to have Twitter open on both. And you know how, like, you'll click on a link, like, say in Slack, depending on what your active window is where it opens.
Yes.
Right? You know where I'm going with this.
I know where you're going with this.
Yes, you do. So I clicked a link from our Slack, and it opened in a window, and I saw a tweet, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like it. So I click like. I immediately realized wasn't in my own window. It was not even 2 seconds. I'm so glad it wasn't something like a retweet or anything like that, which I hardly ever am on Twitter anyway for that kind of thing. But I did catch it. Doesn't mean I didn't do it. But I've worked at places like that too, where, again, person in the basement just had their eye out and they're like, I saw what you did. So been there. and done that recently.
And you know what? It's moments like, do you remember this was years ago with Ted Cruz? I think it was Ted Cruz had liked something about porn or something like that.
Yes.
And I think he did it because I don't like him, but also you can see how easily that could happen from an intern, from
Yes.
somebody else who's managing that account, because that's always the scary moment.
Oh.
I'm still like connected to my last company's Facebook. I need to
Oh.
just figure out how to just delete the account off of my thing. But every once in a while, I'll be on my Facebook and I'll be like, this feed is weird. And it's because somehow it just flipped over to the company's Facebook. So
Yes.
yeah,
No.
luckily I've never posted anything or anything like that. But it's definitely one of those moments where you're like, you can see how easily that could happen.
So easy.
Man, listen, this reminds me that at my previous employer, it was a holiday, and I was one of those holidays where I have to do the early morning. And in the early morning at that time, you did everything. So I remember posting to what I thought was my Twitter account, and I said, I have the keys to the kingdom today. Hopefully I won't post in the wrong place. And then not even 5 seconds later, I realized, that's exactly what, too late. So I just tweeted again, too late.
You know what? Embrace it.
And everybody just tee, people were like, it was maybe like 6 o'clock in the morning, like it was early enough where people were like, girl, we get you. And then a coworker one time, we got a little bit of traffic out of this. I wrote the story that a coworker one time accidentally did what you were saying with Facebook, and made a comment about their daughter. It was nice. The daughter's a baby. Anyway,
Okay.
they were saying something about their daughter. I'm trying to remember, and actually wrote the story, so I don't even know why I can't remember it. But suddenly it became a whole thing. Like people were thinking that the daughter was a cat, so it became a whole thing where they were like, other places picked it up, and so I wrote like a quick little story, and basically was like, no, Ramona is not a cat. It is this person's child, and it was just a little bit of a snafu, but thank you to everyone who had fun with this. I have to find that. That was fun. That was a fun fix to an error, because we see these all the time. I think we've talked about this a few times, and we see these kind of errors, and they make you cringe, but you can find a way to make it work in your favor.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with the next segment, Good Marketing, ? This podcast is brought to you by But Wait, There's More. Build trust in your marketing through the power of podcasting, a loaded up LinkedIn personal profile, or persuasive public speaking with your event's next MC. But Wait, There's More, MOORE, is your resource for building credibility by putting your best and authentic self and brand out there. Visit www.butwaitthere'smore.com. And we're back. In the last segment segues nicely into this, when you can turn faux pas into, I don't know what the positive of faux pas is, but I'm just going to leave that alone. But we're going to talk about yum yums, nom noms, as my children like to say. California Pizza Kitchen had some moments, I guess. And Elizabeth, I would love it if you would break this down for us, because now I'm going to go want some nom noms, but go for it.
Well, because you know how I am chronically on TikTok, I saw the original video. I love when I see the original video instead of having to go back and piece together what happened. So a user on TikTok named @FumpTruck, or the actual username is Garage Gremlin. She had ordered mac and cheese from California Pizza Kitchen, and she had had a really bad week. I think her boyfriend broke up with her. And so she was just so excited about this mac and cheese, and she receives it, and it is literally just like cheese sauce in the bottom of a to-go container. No mac. So she reaches out to California Pizza Kitchen, and they try to gaslight the hell out of her. 2 separate people told her, no, you have to order the noodles separately.
No.
Yes. What? So it was a cute little video, and she's like, are you fucking kidding me? But whatever. And she starts a video like, I want to cry. It's the worst thing to happen, because it's just one of those like the final straw of your day thing.
And I just want to pause there. I have cried. I have cried at that moment, because sometimes you're hangry on
It's
top
just
of everything going on, and you get the orders messed up that you were anticipating, I have cried. So I am right there with that sister.
Same, same, same,
Mhm.
same. Please don't let me have my mouth fixed for something. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had a day and now I have my mouth fixed for that thing that I don't get because it fell or it's wrong or the place is closed or no.
So yeah, so she ended up posting this and it was just kind of like a silly, she knew she was being hyperbolic about it, but it was really ridiculous, obviously. And it was interesting because as I'm watching the video and I'm reading the comments, people started talking about how good California Pizza Kitchen's mac and cheese is. And this was even more of a disappointment because of
Mhm.
how good their mac and cheese is. I don't have a California Pizza Kitchen near me, but it's something to keep in mind about all the people in the comment section that were like, oh, that's so bad because their mac and cheese is so good. So shortly thereafter, a couple of days later, I saw the response from California Pizza Kitchen. In response, they had Chef Paul do a TikTok, and it was hilarious. Basically, he has the face while he's trying to show how they normally make mac and cheese. He's giving that "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed" face. Crack me up. So he's basically like, are you kidding me? And then at the end, he says, which I thought was genius, is that due to this error, they were offering half off all mac and cheese for all customers for like the next couple of days.
Whoa.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
That is
Yeah.
cool.
And like I had just said, the fact that in the comment section, everybody was talking about how great their mac and cheese is, how many people now are going to see that? So they took a real bummer of a customer service biff,
Mhm.
and now there are probably a ton of people who are like, oh, everybody kept saying it was really good and now it's half off. I'm going to go get, I can guarantee you actually made more sales out of this
Yes.
mess up, which
Yeah.
we love.
I'm gonna go get it
Mhm.
today. I'm
Say,
gonna go
I
get
mean,
some.
I'm not getting any, but you reminded me that I want to get some.
I was
And I
I will tell you, I am kind of mad that I don't have one near me because I would love to
Yeah.
try it now. And then she did a follow-up video. So California Pizza Kitchen, on top of their reply, had also sent her a package. And in the package, it is a little cute basket thing. And it's full of uncooked rotini at the bottom. And then in it, they gave her a year's free mac and cheese certificate. So she gets free mac and cheese for a year and a year's free pizza
oh my
certificate.
gosh.
So I really think that California Pizza Kitchen not only went above and beyond to try to repair this one person's relationship, but did it in a way to make sure that they were building other relationships. How many times do you see this? You bungled customer service. It happens all of the time. And
Right.
you see people either do nothing or they double down. You very rarely see this handled so expertly, where I think it will have created brand new customers out of thin air for California
Mhm.
Pizza Kitchen.
Mhm.
It was certainly an entertaining video. I must say, I laughed. They found the right person to do this because he had all the right. It was great. It was really great.
Yeah, he was so deadpan.
Mhm.
I agree with you though too, because so many factors of this. One, when you go viral like that, you're gonna find out people are gonna tell you, "Hey, do you know you're getting talked about?" You're gonna go find the root cause. Well, what are people talking about?
So you can just go ahead and say they were getting dragged. 'Cause
They were getting dragged. But it comes down to this wasn't that they had a shitty product. It's that the product is good, but it didn't get delivered. Like you said, Tanya, like you fixed your mouth for it. She's super disappointed. The story behind it too, just obviously that was going to be her comfort food.
Yep.
Mhm.
And she didn't get comforted, which she was laughing about it too in the video, which I thought was great. She's just like, okay, world, what else can you throw at me? Because I don't have my noodles, even though it's mac and cheese when you order it.
Mhm.
But knowing they've got a great product, so like you said, double down. Okay, hey, those of you who are fans, go get 50% off. Sorry, but also now anybody who hasn't tried it before, like myself, I'm actually thinking of my daughter right now. My daughter is a mac and cheese connoisseur. That chick will go on purpose, like we go somewhere new, she will order mac and cheese, she can compare it with her palate to everything that she's tried. But I love they did this. I think I really smart of them to read the room. I kind of was hoping when I saw there were 3 videos, I'm like, did they do anything extra for her? And they did,
Yeah.
which is minimal cost for them, maximizing on just a great tornado marketing campaign for them. I loved it.
Exactly. I thought it was hilarious, and I do think, I mean, we talk about it a lot here, the companies that absolutely fuck up a response to the point where it could not possibly be worse than
Yeah.
what you decided to do. And like you said, very, simple, cheap. And Tanya, you're saying they were being dragged, and we were talking about, your people tagging these companies in it. It's very infrequently that I see, and it happens all the time. Anytime a company messes something up, and people within the comment will just tag the company over and over and over again to try to get them to see it.
Yeah.
It's one of the very few times I've actually seen them go ahead and do something. So you have to pay attention to your mention. It is so important. Even on TikTok, there could be something really interesting there. And in this, it was kind of gold,
Well, and you're right too. I love that you brought that up. It really is. That's a public relations opportunity or not, or disaster waiting to happen based on how you do handle those comments. Like, are
Yeah.
you reading those comments? Are you going to make an answer publicly about it? Are you going to go reply to every single one? But you at least, because I think we all live in reality. Like, we know somebody's listening, and that should be the assumption. Oh my
Yes.
God, here we go. I'm going on a soapbox. Ready? But when companies are like, let's go beyond social media, I'm like, are you going to just post things out and never reply ever? You never have any intention?
Engagement.
Yes,
It's social is about engagement.
it is. And it's a customer service channel. It is. It is a customer service channel, whether you think it should be or not. It is, because of course, the second something bad happens, what did she do? She went on social and complained about it in a laughing manner, but she did. She said, I'm going to air my grievance out here. That's a customer service opportunity. And Elizabeth, you nailed it earlier because you said this was a customer service failing. She could have had it fixed and it wouldn't have become a thing. But because the people at California Pizza Kitchen said, well, you didn't do it right. You should have ordered the noodles. And you're like, but mac and cheese. So when I go to restaurants, do I need to say, I'd like your mac and cheese? So just to be clear, that comes with the noodles, correct?
Exactly.
Or here's a question I have. What was the turnaround between when she posted that video when they posted theirs? Because I don't think I realized that you had seen the original video.
I think it was just a few days, I
Okay.
think. We'll put the links to the TikToks in question in the show notes so everybody can go there and check them out themselves. But yeah, I think it was just a few days.
I think so too.
If that.
I remember seeing folks I follow on social, they were pointing out her video first. And I do feel like that was in the last week. I mean, God knows it was amidst all the other things going on social.
And I mean, another thing too to think about is that not only if you happen to stumble upon this original TikTok or tell your friends about it, like I did with you guys, because it was such a cool response to this customer service issue, I saw a ton of articles about it. And so that's creating, even people who aren't on TikTok are now going to see their response to this and might go get themselves some 50% off mac and cheese with the Mac.
And order other things. California Pizza Kitchen. I love it. Yeah, my stamp of approval is that it is good marketing. I hereby stamp it. Tanya, do you stamp?
I stamp it.
I still want to stamp if it's good mac and cheese. I'm going to definitely go try that.
Yeah, you'll have to report back on it.
I haven't been there. I know we have them. It's been a long time since I've been to one. So I'm willing to make the effort because I know it's there's one near my periodontist that I see all the time. So I should go there and get one.
Get up on Google Maps right now. Oh yeah, there's one at Cherry Creek. I'm totally gonna go.
This whole discussion is making me really want to go. We have a place down the road from me called Mac Daddy's, and they do all sorts of different flavor mac and cheese. Like they have like a Big Mac and cheese. They have a pulled pork, a buffalo chicken mac and cheese. They are so good, and we haven't had it in a while. Now I'm kind of like, I have to make that a dinner one night.
And we are recording this right before dinner. We have one.
I know I'm hungry.
I have one. It's not near our house, but it's only about 25 minutes away, so it's not bad. Mac Nation, and it's in Indian Springs, which is just inside the mountains in the Front Range. But yeah, I've taken Georgia there before. I remember I think I had promised to take her there, but I was on a cleanse. So I had a salad. But meanwhile, I'm surrounded by like 40 options of mac and cheese, and I couldn't eat it because I was being so good.
That might be the saddest thing I've ever heard.
All right. Well, I think we've stamped that as good marketing. No question mark. That is definitely good. And jury's still out on if it's good mac and cheese, but I have a feeling it will be. So we're going to take a break and we'll be right back with We Got. It's short season, shorts on YouTube. If you aren't doing them, why aren't you? Because I am on the But Wait There's More YouTube channel. Watch a new YouTube short every day with 60 seconds or less of the latest marketing aha piece of news in tech, tools, and marketing tactics. It's also where you can listen to this podcast and any of the other podcast shows by But Wait There's More. Just search for But Wait There's More on YouTube and subscribe today. And we're back. All right, we got. I love that at least one of us, and I'm talking about you, Elizabeth, is into cosmetics because you always you feed my need. I rely on you so heavily. I don't want to shop for this stuff. I just want you to tell me if things are good or not. So over to you first. That you got, I think.
Yeah, so this was another TikTok shop viral. Every other ad I saw on TikTok was this item. I will say, I will report back. So I said in the last episode that I got by that cat poop scooper thing.
Yes.
It just arrived today. So I'm very excited to try it out because that's how sad my life is these days. But I'm very excited. So when I buy this is the thing. I haven't got yet, but I know it's on the way. It's on the horizon. I just not purchased it yet. But this was by a company called Adriana Nicole Cosmetics. And she does eyeshadow. She does like palettes, but she also does individual pan colors. And this particular one was called Ethereal. That was the name of it. And it was like this fairy dust on your eyeball. It looks so beautiful. And it's like almost like a pinkish, and it kind of has like a slight, like almost like a very light green shift to it. It is, at least on, of course, the ads, which are regular people, they're all content creators who have been roped into sharing this. But all of the swatches and all of the applications on the eye look so beautiful. But again, it is because literally every other ad on TikTok has been this product for me. And I know it doesn't help because I originally favorited it so I could come back and see it. And I know that's what's killing me. I fucked up my feed. But it really is so pretty. So I think I'm going to get got by that. And I think I'm going to get got by that for my sister as well, because I think she needs that. So I'll link it in the show notes if anybody's interested. TikTok shop. Again, I've only made one purchase from them. I mean, I had a good experience. I've always kind of been iffy about buying things on TikTok shop. So we'll see if this will be my second purchase.
I'm excited for you to, it's really pretty. And now, fair warning, anyone who clicks it and you're on TikTok too, your algorithm will serve this up to you until you do buy. It's really nice. It's very beautiful. Of course, she's beautiful too. So.
Yep, exactly. So anyway, that was me.
Tanya, did you get got this last week?
I am like Elizabeth, 2 ticks from getting got. So not got yet, but almost got.
What are you going to get got?
So, and this, all the listeners be listening, because I had a conversation about the little petal things that you put on your nipples, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because these days, I just don't need a bra. I can go without a bra. Things do what I need them to do. But my nipples are on display more often than not. And that I don't want. But my friend pointed out, then you'll see the petals. And I was like, well, good point. I'm still wearing a bra. But the listeners be listening. So then these cakes, called cakes, triangles, things have been coming at me. And in the video, she points out, like, pretty much like why the petals don't work, why these work better, all these kinds of things. And I want to order these so very much, but I'm trying to resist because I can just wear bras, which I own and have.
I can see these. Yeah, look at those.
I don't know who this lady is, but she's selling it to me, man. She's selling it.
I love that she calls the A and double A itty bitty. I think you should buy these. Remember, because we were talking about that last week. I need to get back to Target. Y'all, I went to Target to get something, and I left a bag at home of bras I needed to return. And I'm like, shit.
Story of my life.
Dude, every time. But I remember what you had said last week too about if they stick and like actually take off skin. And so now I'm really hedgy about even trying those. But these are silicone.
Right. And that's my other things. Like I have to be careful because I'm allergic to like latex and whatnot. So these seem like they fit the need and they work from your heat, so you didn't need
Oh,
adhesive. Like, girl, all that, girl, all that.
I think you should
And
get them.
it's I have it saved, and I like that they're different colors.
They're only $30.
Yeah, I know.
You
But
like to
then I
hold
was
your
like,
coins.
no, it's not even that. I'm just like, how often really am I going? Like, let me weigh out.
I think you'd wear them a lot because you probably just feel like, especially if they are easy to put on, you can just literally be like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yep, I'm gonna have to get one. Either I'm gonna get those or something because same. My bras are so old. I don't know what it is about just not buying bras for years on end. But because it's a painful
Well,
process.
because they cost like a rent. That's why.
I know. Like I feel like I'm like, hey,
No,
honey, I need to go make a major purchase. I need to buy bras, and he's probably like, oh my
right.
god, that means we have to like wait on something else because it's so expensive. It is very pricey. It's dumb, stupid clothing for women. I don't think I'm getting got by anything. I'm trying to think of anything I got by in the last week. Oh, I'm not ashamed to say this. I got by nobody else has to opine on this if they don't want to, by the presidential campaign for one Kamala Harris. So I did donate to that and got by that. So I did that and I'm very proud of that. So yay.
Yay.
Yay. Well, cool. I think that's all the time we have for today. On our way out, let's cover how to find and follow everybody here. Elizabeth, where can people find and follow you online?
You can find me on LinkedIn at Elizabeth Allen 1001.
Oh, excellent. And then Tanya, where can we find and follow you?
I am TBBTDOUBLEB on pretty much all of the things, unless you don't see my face, in which case I don't know who that person.
Excellent. And I'm Rachel has the mic, MIC, just about everywhere. Find and follow us also on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, and anywhere you listen to your favorite podcast. If you liked this podcast, subscribe so you don't miss an episode. If you really liked it, leave us a review because that is always good marketing. Quick reminder, we are taking a break between seasons. By seasons, we mean quarters. So we'll be back in September with more episodes, and we will find out then which season number Elizabeth is on in TikTok. Maybe it'll still be 16. We shall see. But it's election season, so maybe not. We're fixing to find out. But until then, you can catch up on all of our episodes and more helpful marketing videos on the YouTube channel. But wait, there's more. MOORE. We'll catch you on the next episode and next season of Just Trust Me. Bye.